Welcome to the Workamper Show, a podcast devoted to helping you discover how to finance your RV travel dreams. I'm Steve Anderson, the president of Workamper News. Each one of our episodes will either introduce you to people who are already living the RV lifestyle or to opportunities to work short-term jobs. You'll also learn how to hit the road the right way and make the most of every opportunity. Now let's turn over today's show to your host, Greg Gerber.
Thank you, Steve. For our last podcast of 2020, I'll be interviewing Georgia residents who now do RV inspections and RV repairs full-time. Today's episode is sponsored by The Dreamer's Journey, a new online course and community produced by Workamper News. Life is way too short to keep your dreams on hold, so don't be held back by fear because you were designed for more. Get started in the RV lifestyle the right way with this comprehensive guide. Dreamers can participate in 2 online events every week to learn things like what type of RV to buy, goal setting, how to budget for the adventure, developing a positive mindset, where to call home, and how to find a job or start a mobile business. All online events will be recorded for watching anytime. Dreamers can also join an open question and answer session once each month. There's no wrong time to get started, so for more information, visit www.rvdreamersjourney.com. Mike and Donna Bender are both originally from Pennsylvania, but later had a farm in South Carolina. Then they opted to do some traveling before settling down in the Atlanta area to make a career of inspecting and repairing RVs. Because they had one child on the East Coast and another on the West, Mike and Donna saw full-time RVing as a way to see the country and maintain those important family relationships. While other people must usually contend with selling a sticks and bricks home in order to move into an RV, the Benders had to sell an entire farm. They describe what it took to downsize as well as list some of the items they thought would be essential for RV travel, but later opted to purge of as well. Early in their adventure, they stumbled upon an opportunity to work for a natural gas company by inspecting gas lines throughout the country. When they learned of the opportunity to make money inspecting and repairing RVs, they opted to take the training and attain their certifications. It was a natural fit for Mike because he loves to tinker on things. When they are on the road, people were often asking for help with their own RVs, and he would offer his assistance for free. When he decided to launch a business repairing RVs, he enrolled in the National RV Training Academy, and Donna went along for the ride. But while taking the RV Fundamentals class, their eyes were open to opportunities to make money inspecting RVs. That seemed to align with Donna's passions as well. So after they completed the first week of training together, Donna continued along a path to become an RV inspector, and Mike completed weeks of training to become a certified technician. They explain why they opted to launch the business and why they believe the company has grown exponentially in recent months. They describe the training as well as the steps they took to start and grow their business. In the process, they offer some very helpful advice on what to look for when buying a new or used RV. To tell us more about their story and their plans for their business, please welcome Mike and Donna Bender to the show. Thanks for joining me today, Mike and Donna. I really appreciate the time. Tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you're from and where you're at right now.
Okay, well, Mike and I, we are currently in Atlanta, Georgia area, and we are originally from Pennsylvania. We were born and raised there, but we've not been there for probably over 30 years. We ended up selling our home and decided to travel, so we've been all over the place.
That's neat. So you're in Atlanta right now, and I understand you are taking your life in your own hands by driving on one of their busy streets.
That is correct.
So
we are currently in rush hour traffic, and it's quite scary here.
Well, you won't be going more than 5 or 10 miles an hour, so I feel better this way, or knowing that. How long have
Actually, the reason we're here, Greg, is because we just got done doing an inspection, and we're traveling back to where our camper is. So that's why we're in this crazy traffic.
Okay, neat. How long have you been RVing?
Well, collectively, we've been RVing since Mike and I first met, which was 41 years ago. We love the outdoors and that, but we just went full time about 6 years ago.
Yep, about 6 years ago. Yep.
Okay. And what motivated you to go full time?
Well, our children, are all grown and everything, and we have one child that lives on the West Coast, and we have one child that lives on the East Coast, and we just thought, what a great way to be able to see our children plus our grandchildren. Um, you know, Otherwise we would not have probably been able to see them as often as we have.
Okay, I understand it took some finagling for you guys to get on the road. What kinds of things did you have to do to get ready to venture out full time?
Oh my goodness. Well, we had a farm in South Carolina, so we had to sell our farm and get rid of, a lot of different things because obviously you can't put all that stuff into your RV. So we had to do that, and then we had to figure out what were we going to do? How were we going to sustain, our experience, that we were taking on, because we still have to work because we're too young to retire, and so we had to make a plan, and it was a lot of work, but we did it.
Okay, and so a lot of people, they struggle with trying to sell a house and downsizing. I can't imagine what selling a farm and downsizing would be like. Did it pose any challenges?
Oh, many, many challenges. First of all, you don't realize how much you accumulate until you try to get rid of it. And I think one of the biggest challenges was just trying to figure out what to put in the RV. What do we need to be full-time in an RV? Because living in an RV is quite different than, living in a home, because you're taking and you're condensing,
really downsized.
you're condensing a 3-bedroom home, with 2 living rooms and a barn and all the other things into, 400 square foot, if that.
Exactly that. Did you discover anything that you really didn't need that you thought you did when you were RVing?
Yes. There are many things, and, like I said, we've been doing this almost 6 years now, and we still purge. We still go through things and get rid of things because we just haven't used the stuff for 6 months or so, and there's no reason to carry all that weight. So.
Sure. What kinds of things did you have to get rid of? I'm just asking because other people might think, hey, this will be essential. I'm going to need this on this trip, and maybe not.
Well, I don't know.
Big screen TVs.
No, we didn't have any big screen TVs with us.
We did.
Well, at
We
the
did.
farm, we got rid of them.
I'm just
But
saying, certain equipment, saws,
tools.
tools.
So Mike is a tool enthusiast. And when we left, Mike packed the RV full of tools. So basically, we had probably 6 hammers, that kind of stuff. So we had to purge some of that stuff, which was very hard on him because he likes having tools.
Okay. Did you do any work camping when you first started full-time RVing?
We did not do any work camping. What happened was we were offered an opportunity to actually work on natural gas lines. So we could travel. We were considered travelers, and they would send us all over the country where they, had a need for people to walk the gas lines and inspect them. And that's what we did that for about 5 years.
And you don't do that anymore?
Right now, it's very complicated. Right now, currently, we are helping a friend and getting back to our business, being the RV inspection and repair. We didn't really know how this was going to take off. So we knew we still needed to make an income. So we were offered to help a friend that was in the business, and we decided that we would commit to him to the end of the year, this year, 2020. And again, we didn't know how our business was going to take off. And our business has taken off tremendously.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about your business. What do you do?
So Mike and we're RV IMT, LLC. We are RV Inspect and a mobile tech. And that just relates to, I am the inspector, level 2 inspector, And Mike is a certified technician.
Oh, so
And we service. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, so one of you does the inspecting and the other one does fixing, but not on the same unit, right?
That is correct. We do not repair any inspected units.
Okay. Super. What prompted you to do this?
Well, actually what happened was, our whole entire experience with the RV world was we have a lot of people that we know that we meet, and Mike is very technical. He's very mechanical and very technical. That's his background for his whole entire, career. He is very skilled, and people would come to him when they were having issues with their RVs, and they would want him to fix their RVs, which he did. And he did it without payment. He would just, help them out, being kind. And many, many years ago, he wanted to do this. He wanted to get into the RV business, but for whatever reason, he didn't jump. And we just got to the point this season where we were ready to do something different. We wanted to do something on our own, and, the RV industry is exploding right now. So we decided that this was probably a really, really good time to get into this. So Mike had called and talked to a few people at the NRVTA Academy, and they, talked to him about different things that he could do to get certified. I didn't plan on doing anything. I was just along for the ride. But when we got there, we started talking about the inspection, and they started telling us, the different levels, what you could do and how, it would benefit us for me to become an inspector and Mike to be the certified technician. So we juggled with it a little bit and thought, well, that's probably a really, really good idea. So I ended up taking the basic training with Mike, and then I took the second week for the level 2 inspection. And Mike went on for how many weeks did you? 5 or 6?
5
Okay.
weeks. 5 weeks.
5 weeks. Okay, so Mike is a certified RV technician, and Donna's a certified inspector.
That is correct.
Okay. What did you have to do to get the training?
Oh, well, first we had to do the basic training, and I came in from ground zero. I knew nothing of this stuff because Mike he's the tech, okay? Anything breaks, he fixes it. I don't fix it. Mike fixes it. So we both, went through the first week basic training. And then I went on and I actually got my registered tech degree. And then I went to the level 2 for the second week, which was for the level 2 inspection. And that consisted of a lot of training, learning, the inside and outs of an RV, what you need to look for, certain things that you need to do to make sure that you're giving your clients the best inspection that you can give them. And as far as Mike and his training, I'll let him say a little bit about what he did.
All right, so I continued on from the basics, and we did the water heaters, refrigerators, furnaces, and everything, your chassis, and I do recommend if you do this, that you take all the classes at one time and get it all under your belt and get the certification.
Did you find it easier to go through the training? I mean, because you had that momentum, you didn't have to go back and relearn it if you were to take one class 1 week and then another one the next month or so?
Yes. Yep. You get out there, when you get out there and you have a client, there is some clients that will ask you if you're certified. And if you're not, they probably will look somewhere else.
Okay. You've encountered that?
Yes.
So certification kind of makes clients feel more comfortable knowing that you know what you're doing working on their RV.
Exactly.
Okay. And now a lot of people I've talked to have told me that that's very intense training, going through the National RV Training Academy. Did you find the courses to be overwhelming or the workload to be particularly strenuous?
No, not really. Not with not really.
I did, Greg, only because, see, Mike.
I've already had some mechanical
Right.
and electronic background, so that kind of helps.
But if you come in from ground zero, as I call it, not really having any knowledge of, basic systems and, just the different things that go with an RV, it can be a little kind of, overwhelming, maybe a little intimidating. So, yeah.
Right. Okay. But you were able to you had enough time to go through the class and get the help that you needed if you needed some additional, I guess, advice or counseling?
Absolutely. Todd was really, really very helpful with the training, the basic training, the first week. There were a lot of things I wasn't sure of, and when I was preparing to take the registered tech test, there were a few things that I wasn't sure of, and Todd was very willing to go, over and beyond to help. And I wasn't the only one. There were several people in our class, that had some questions about different things. And actually everybody, I mean, Todd was helpful, Anthony was helpful, all the people there, even Mr. Cooper, he was very, very encouraging and very helpful, to promote you, to help you to understand what you were doing.
Did the hands-on training exercises or labs really help?
Yes. I don't know how other people learn, but I'm a visual and then hands-on kind of learner. I want to hear it and then I want to touch it. So if that makes sense, I need to be able to actually turn the screwdriver, fix the wire, do whatever in order to understand, what I've read or what they've talked about.
Because of your background, Mike, did you find the hands-on labs helpful, or was it just pretty much review for you?
No, it was still helpful. There's some things, especially air conditioners and things like that. It was definitely helpful to have the hands on. And
okay, Donna, I'm going to put you on the spot. Speaking of RV inspections, what are some of the top things that buyers should look for in evaluating a new RV? If they are like whittling them down to like 2 or 3 that they're considering before they pick one to have a full inspection, what kinds of things should they look for?
They should definitely look at the tires, because that is a huge expense for people to get an RV and then realize that those tires are out of date, because that's a life safety issue. And that's something that, as an RVer, you need to make sure your tires are in tip-top shape always. Something else that I would say for a buyer when they're looking, when you walk into those RVs, they have the lights on, they're glistening wires, and I think sometimes that glazes over their eyes and they miss, just simple things. Maybe there's some, I don't know, just maybe cracks on the floor, or, the ceiling has a little droop to it or something. Some obvious things that you should pick up, but you don't, because you're going in and you're looking at the floor plan and you really, that's what you're looking at. That's what you want, the floor plan. But then after you get it home, then you realize, oh gosh, there's so many things that I should have seen, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm. And is that why you really should have the RV inspected, whether it's brand new or used?
Absolutely. I cannot tell you the amount of items that you would think that would like jump out at people, but they don't. And then there's things that are subtle that the normal person probably wouldn't see. In fact, I'll give you a story. We had a gentleman from Texas contact us for an RV inspection, and he flew in and he was with the RV for over a week. And we went and did the inspection, and we found that the one slide had a crack underneath it. Now, that gentleman was there for a whole week with the RV and never found it.
Well, a lot of times, brand new RVers, they don't even know what questions to ask.
That is correct. There are a lot of times that people don't know what to ask because they've not ever RV'd. So they don't know what to look for, which is a problem, once you leave with the RV.
Mm-hmm. How many inspections do you do in a typical month?
Well, now that's a hard question to answer because it all depends on weather, I think, where you're located. But we are averaging probably between maybe 4 and 5 a month.
That's good. That should be enough to keep you busy and at least keep gas in the tank.
That's true.
Yeah. And are you folks stable or permanently parked in Georgia, or is this just some area where you're going to be for a while?
We are permanently parked in Georgia. I don't know if we'll stay here, but currently we are here.
Okay, very good. And Mike, is there enough business to keep you busy?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I will say, when we got our signage for our truck, that was a big thing for us. Actually, the day we were applying the signage, I had somebody walk up and ask me, "Oh, wow, didn't realize you were a mobile technician." Anyhow, so I got business right there.
Right there.
And we pull into a grocery store or anything like that, and I get hit up. So yeah, there's plenty of business.
Okay. How many hours a day or week do you think you work?
Probably about 60.
60 hours a week? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've heard that a number of times from technicians that there's just such a shortage of them that they cannot keep up with the demand by themselves.
There is. There really is.
Does that mean you need to specialize and just work on specific types of RV repairs, or do you do as much as you can anytime you can?
Try to do as much as you can. There's some things that I do pass on. If I don't really have the knowledge of that, I will pass. But you definitely have to be open and yep.
Okay. Very good. So it's possible for a couple or even a single person to make a decent income as an inspector or as a technician?
Yes. Yep.
Well,
Okay.
I think it has a lot to do with, as far as Mike and I are concerned, it levels out being a mobile tech plus the RV inspection, because there's, sometimes where, it's a little slow on the inspection side, and then it picks up on the service side, and that goes back and forth.
Okay.
So that it kind of levels it out as far as making a healthy income.
Okay. How did you market your business from the beginning?
Well, when we left Texas, we weren't really sure, where we were going, and then of course we got offered a position to do the natural gas lines, and like I told you, we didn't know. We had no idea how the business was going to take off, and so we ended up coming to the Atlanta, Georgia area. And the first thing we did after we left Texas was, well, of course we did all the legalities for the business, but we started ordering all of our marketing stuff, our signage for our truck. We have signage for our RV. We have a huge window covering that has our name and our number and our website on it. And just business cards and other types of marketing that we can use when we're out and about. I just, like Mike was saying earlier, the signage on the vehicle just really, really, it was amazing. Now, as far as the inspection side is concerned, I put my name up on the NRVIA site, and I'm not kidding you, probably 10 minutes after I came live on that site, I got a phone call for an inspection.
10 minutes. That's pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah, that was super quick. I was not ready, let me tell you.
Okay. How long did it take you before you were starting to make enough money that you felt comfortable doing the business?
Actually, we just, we had our classes in July. So we left Texas in August, the end of August, and we've been doing the inspection and mobile repair since then. And it has blossomed. Like I said, we didn't know how well it was going to take off, and we are pretty flabbergasted at how well it has taken off.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I really think also is Google business site we have, and also I built a website for us. And I actually probably, 4 weeks ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, I added reviews to our website. And that's really helped too. We have a lot of clients calling and saying, hey, we've seen your reviews. And that really helps.
Okay. Super. Did you have to spend a lot of money to build your website?
No, I do have website
background
building websites previously.
Okay.
So that
did save. I know a lot of people spend a lot of money on getting a website designed for tailored to their specific ability in that. And Mike having that web design background really helped us and saved us probably a ton of money for that part of the marketing.
Did you have to do any advertising?
The only advertising that we do is, of course, our signage on our vehicle, and just being on Facebook with our our site on Facebook, our website, and of course Google business.
Okay. So do you spend money on online ads?
Not currently. We do not.
Okay. Did you to get the business started?
We did not.
Oh, wow. So it was very successful with just a sign and a website. That's the ideal kind of business you want to have.
Yeah, so far it's been, honestly, it's pretty unbelievable, the signage on the truck, how many people come up to us and, they have issues and they need some help. And as far as the inspection part of it, the nrvia.org site is, I can't say enough good things about that, getting my name out, and as far as, getting clients for the inspection.
Mm-hmm.
And
what did you have to do to set up your legal entity?
well, we had to, of course, establish a name. And then we had, because we're mobile, our home site is out of South Dakota. That's our domicile. So we had to go through South Dakota's state legislature to get everything set up through the state of South Dakota.
Okay.
So, and then we also had to make sure that we had, the attorney and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Does that pose some problems, having a business in South Dakota and you being permanently in Georgia?
Well, we're not considered permanently in Georgia. We are here for a while, but we're mobile. So, our domicile, our address is in South Dakota.
Okay.
So we business here and we pay their taxes and that kind of stuff. But it can get complicated, yes,
mm-hmm.
to answer that question.
Okay. Did
you really need to know the tax laws and the state laws as far as all that different stuff. And honestly, you need a good CPA and a good attorney to make
mm-hmm.
sure, that you're doing the things by the book.
How did you find one?
I just went through the South Dakota,
okay,
the mail service that we have. And also Howard Jarris from the NRVIA school, he suggested that Mark Kohler
Okay.
was a good attorney to speak with.
We've had him on this show. He's a certified public accountant and a lawyer. I mean, how
Yeah.
smart can you get when it comes to businesses?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Super. Did you face any challenges on the job in starting your business or in actually doing the work?
Well, for me, for the inspection side of it, figuring out pricing is a challenge. You know, what can you charge for the service that you're going to provide to people? And there's no set values for that. So that was a challenge for me. Mike, what about you for service?
Service, the only thing I would really say is being mobile to have an inventory is kind of a little challenging.
Okay.
It's not like having an extra, water heater or air conditioner sitting on the shelf. It's that might be a little bit of a challenge. Or replacing a 21-foot awning that you have to order and have that shipped. That's
Right. So do you have to maintain a rather large inventory of parts?
No.
Okay.
Not because I try to inventory everything that's pretty much important and small enough that I can keep it between my vehicle and my RV.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good. Is there any advice you would give to people who are considering becoming work campers or inspectors or even RV technicians?
My advice to somebody that would like to get into this business would be that you have to be passionate about what you do. And there is a huge need right now because of the RV, industry exploding with the COVID-19 and all that kind of stuff happening. And I feel that you have to want to do this. This is not a 9-to-5 job. This is this is a job that you do, all day. There's nights where you are out doing, trying to help people get their heater working or their water heater working. So there's a lot of different challenges, and you need to have a plan. You have to have a plan of what you want to do, and I don't think you can expect things to happen right out of the chute. It takes time to get established, and it takes time to learn the ropes, I guess you could say. Luckily for us, Mike is mechanical, and he has a strong background in it already, so that really helps us. Even myself doing inspections, if I'm not sure of something, I can bounce it off at him, and he has an answer for me, which is really, really helpful. So,
okay.
Communications with the client is definitely a plus. Definitely have to have strong communications with them. And communication is definitely
communications is, clients want to know that they can rely on you, and they want to know that they can invest money into you and have their issue resolved, whether it be working on a part on their RV or doing an inspection.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our clients are from out of state, and they call us 5 states away, and that takes a lot of trust in somebody to give them money for them to give you a service without ever meeting that person.
Mm-hmm.
So open communication is really important in this business.
And you also, on the service side, you have to get out there. I mean, I noticed just getting out there and driving around, I can drive through a state park or any small campground, and I'll see somebody waving me down. So, no, seriously.
There you go.
To get out there, you can't just sit by the phone and wait.
So if you have a slow day, all you have to do is put your toolbox in the truck and then drive around the campground, huh?
Basically, in these times right now, yes.
Yes. Very good. So if people wanted more information about you folks or the companies, where would they find it?
Well, they could find us at rvimt.com. That's our website. Or they could call us at 803-804-7499.
Okay. Very good.
Or for inspections, they could look us up on nrvia.org. I am located on that website.
Okay. Just search for your name in case you're not in Georgia anymore. You're somewhere else, and they'll be able to find you.
Yes, that's
Super.
right.
Super. Well, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate the time. This has been very good information, and I hope it inspires other people to go into business for themselves, and more importantly, for people to reach out to you guys if they need an inspection or an RV fixed.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you taking time to speak with us. We're passionate about what we do, and we love sharing with others.
I'd like to thank Mike and Donna Bender for taking time to come on the show to describe their experiences while RVing and the steps they took to launch a successful business inspecting RVs and fixing them. They've been fixing and inspecting RVs since August and have been flabbergasted as to how well it has taken off. They are so busy that they are often putting in 60-hour work weeks, not out of necessity because they need the money, but because there's such a high level of demand for that type of service. Mike noted he can't even go to the grocery store in his truck with signage promoting RV repairs without being stopped by someone looking for help. He'll also drive through a campground or state park and invariably be flagged down by someone needing service work. The couple makes a great team working together, and they encourage other couples to follow suit in starting their own RV inspection or RV repair business. You can learn more about Mike and Donna Bender and their company, RVIMT, by visiting www.rvimt.com. That's RVIdaMichaelTom.com. For more information about classes offered by the National RV Training Academy to help you become a certified RV technician or certified RV inspector, visit www.nrvta.com. In fact, if you just wanted to learn how to fix your own RV and save repair bills and ensure you're not stranded anywhere, the RV Fundamentals class may be just what you need. You'll learn how to diagnose and repair about 80% of the problems you're likely to encounter in your RV. You can learn more by visiting www.nrvta.com. Today's episode is sponsored by Workamper News, a magazine and online publication that connects RVers to full and part-time jobs around the country. Whether it is running a business from your RV or working short-term jobs for a variety of employers, Workamper News can give you information to help you plan a course to live your own dream and get you on the road faster than you thought possible. For more information about opportunities to live, work, and play in your RV, visit www.workampernews.com. That's all we have for this episode and for 2020 as well. I have a great lineup of interviews planned for 2021, which hopefully will be a better year for all of us in many ways. Thanks for your support this year, and I look forward to helping you turn your travel dreams into reality in 2021. I'll see you next year for a new episode of The Workamper Show. Thanks for listening.